quick little video about the Fuji X-T2. Isn't it appropriate? Japanese company. I'm wearing a Japanese style. I made this myself, by the way. It's made out of 100% twill hemp. No, I don't smoke that stuff. I used to smoke that stuff at the tattoo shop. Obviously, I've been in a tattoo shop a lot. The smell of that stuff was disgusting, so no, I don't smoke that stuff. Never done any drugs in my life. I don't even drink alcohol. But I do appreciate things that are like nearly indestructible. And stuff that's nearly indestructible is hemp fabric. And I sewed this together completely 100% myself, not by hand with a sewing machine. But isn't it neat? Actually, it was a store downtown at the university that sold the hemp products. No, not like a head shop that sells pipes and all that other garbage for, pot smokers. They would sell fabrics and interesting stuff. They put them out of business because technically there's no difference between marijuana, the drug, and hemp fabric. But I'm sure all the people out there that do smoke that stuff will love the fact that I'm wearing a robe that I made myself by hand. I didn't make the fabric, but I made the robe, cut out the pattern, I designed the pattern to fit me, and that I sewed it together by hand. Yeah, I'm sure that really fascinates you, right? The one thing I got tacked on the most, like over a year ago, is that I was never against mirrorless. I mean, who cares if there's a flappy mirror inside of a camera? I got a couple X-T2s, as you've seen. Fuji's certainly got a lot of my money. Love them to death. Extremely well-made product. That's coming from someone that's owned more cameras than probably most of you watching this video combined. I got a lot of hate for the fact that I railed against all the fanboy, the Sony fanboys especially. The Sony fanboys were spitting it the most. They're spitting about 90% of it. That, oh, mirrorless is small. Well, it's not small. I derided mirrorless for ages, and I still do anytime the fanboy lippy flap comes up. And it's not smaller. I mean, this camera, this is not a small lens, This is the 16-55 2.8. There are 3 batteries in this camera. Three of them. You can basically, it depends on how you're shooting, shoot most of the day hardcore with the 3 batteries that are in here. Almost, not really. You still need a spare set, really. No big deal. It's not small. Speed lights are not small. Fuji speed light that's being made by Mats is pretty damn big. I gotta roll these sleeves up really easy, right? The lenses. A fast, big-ass lens is a fast, big-ass lens. That's not smaller either. Battery technology, there have been some radical advancements in fringe battery technology, but consumer batteries really haven't changed. Lithium's a lithium, efficiencies have gone up a little bit. So, once you stick 3 batteries in this thing, I tell people never to stick a speed light on top of a camera. That's good for sports, news, photojournalism. Photojournalistic work, paparazzi sort of crap, but that's horrible lighting. I mean, it's as big as any other camera, really. And, I never fell for the hype. And so I was 100% right when I made all that stuff against the hype of mirrorless. Oh, it's small, it's this, it's that. It's not small. He's like, you could say, well, the camera body is really small. And it's like, well, yeah, that's not the truth. But guess what? You can't take a damn picture with a camera body. You kind of have to, stick a lens on there, and you have to have some batteries, and you have to have a speed light. And, yeah, once you do that, it's like, nah, it ain't so small no more. So I was right the whole time. All the people that hate, you just hate mirrorless. It's the future. Mirrorless is the future. Good. Whatever you think, right? I'll take a look at the facts and be a little bit more logical about it. But I love the hell out of the Fuji system. Obviously, owning 2 of them means something. I had to pay for them out of my own pocket. Nobody gave these cameras to me for free. However, I did get a free 90mm Fuji lens. I have no idea where I got that lens from, and I have no indication that Fuji sent it to me. None. And I have the new 23mm f2 coming tomorrow. I paid $40 to have that damn lens overnighted to me. Fuji messed up a little bit. It's like the first time that Fuji sent that lens to everybody else first, except for the United States of America. Everybody got it first but the USA. Which is fine. Why they did that, I have no idea. But people in Australia are like, oh, wait, we've had this lens for 2 weeks now, eh? It's like, well, it just got here to the United States for some weird reason. Fuji just decided, hey, let's ship it to everywhere but the United States this time. So I love the hell out of the Fuji. This is a quality, really, really high quality camera. And this is coming from a guy that really knows high quality. You know, somebody can think someone's high quality because they love the look or the feel. And what about somebody that actually takes cameras apart, know what they're like inside, know the customer service involved, the design, the quality manufacture? This really is kind of like the future. It's like the Nikon D3 evolved into a tough little tiny beast. It would evolve into this. This is kind of like what if the D3 had evolved. The D3 is still killer. I still got 2 Nikon D3s. Huge ass camera, toughest camera, digital camera ever made, period, flat out, bar none, no argument. Even people that hate Nikons, like, what's the toughest camera? It's Nikon D3. I don't like Nikon, but that's the toughest camera. So anyway, the silence has actually been golden on this camera. There's always somebody that doesn't know how the hell the X-T2 works, and they chirp up or chirp about something, or, you know, piss or complain about something because it's just I would have designed it a little bit different, but that's nothing. But the silence on this camera has been golden, as far as I know. Like, oh my God, the sky is falling. There's a huge, serious design flaw or something like that. You know, kind of like the incidents with the D750 where all these people had their D750s were crashing, their shutter assemblies were crashing, or, you know, the D600 with the oil spots all over the sensor, which wouldn't bother me any. I would actually buy a D600 if I could find one for like $200 or $300. Not that I need it. It's not worth any more than that, not to me. There's just no way I would even imagine paying more than $350 for a Nikon D600 or D610. However, they sell for a lot more than that. It's a horrible value camera. Anyway, getting back to the point because I ramble, right? Anyway, the Fuji X-T2 is wonderful. The speed is incredible. There is no perfect camera. There never will be a perfect camera. Between like this and the D500, the D500 is definitely a hoot owl. People that are in Europe and North America, they have no idea because they like never get out of the city. They don't even know what a hoot owl is. Just an owl, okay, a big animal with gigantic eyes they can see in the dark. It's like they're hunting the little mice that are in like total darkness. It's like they can see that thing. It's like, yeah, they could see it. The D500 is definitely a hoot owl compared to the Fuji X-T2. I mean, which would I grab to hit the concerts or do a, you know, like a late night gig in the park or something? It'd be the Nikon D500. I mean, it just would be. The autofocus tracking I found is nearly identical for acquisition between the D500 and the Fuji X-T2. But Fuji also doesn't have the super gigantic glass. They made a long list of comparisons between the two. Fuji ultimately on the point system, and I graded each one and went over and over again on a 27-point scale. The Fuji X-T2 won out by a few points. You know, considering that this camera with the vertical grip is the exact same price basically as the Nikon D500, that's saying a lot. The autofocus tracking on it's amazing, the lenses are incredible, the customer service is incredible, it's all magnesium chassis, made in Japan. Very, very nice. It's actually an underpriced camera, so. But I stick by my guns. Everything I said about the mirrorless hype and BS that the fanboys were spitting out, it remains as valid now as it ever did. You know, mirrorless is not lightweight. You know, the camera is, but nobody is taking pictures with just a damn camera. You got to slap a lens on there and the batteries and all the other stuff, and then it becomes a camera. You know, so. That was always a false argument. Well, mirrorless is lighter. It's like, yeah, if you're just talking about the damn camera, but you can't shoot pictures with the damn camera. You got to have all this other stuff. So I was right the whole time. Vindicated, as usual. But I just want to make this video to say that there have been no disappointing factors on the Fuji X-T2. I mean, I've been raking it over the coals and slapping it around like a redheaded stepchild, and I found absolutely nothing to bitch. And I'm one to definitely bitch and piss and moan about something. And I don't know if fanboy Fuji or Nikon or anybody else, but I've not really found anything to bitch about on the X-T2. I mentioned the thing of the overheating using the X-T1 batteries, as far as charging X-T1 batteries in the vertical grip. Is that an issue? Technically it is, but not really. It just means I'm never going to use X-T1 batteries in the vertical grip and charge them. I could use them all I want, but I'm not going to charge them in the vertical grip. So that eliminates out that. So it's technically an issue, but not really an issue. So anyway, Thanks for watching. I hope you like my hemp robe that I'm wearing. It's nice and hot. It's making me overheat. Bye.